they played really hard. They had a great game plan offensively. We had a hard time getting the quarterback to paint. He's a good player, and he was a good player on film. He was better in person. He's a good, just really operated their offense very well. We had a hard time getting his own fit. We've played pretty good defense most of the year up to this point. Certainly at times, we played really good last week. Gave up 24 points to Houston on defense, and so, I was a little surprised that we didn't get him hemmed in a little better than we did. But again, you got to give Connecticut a lot of credit because they had a good game plan and thought they executed it well and got us on our heels. We had a hard time getting off the field, and we had some critical penalties that kept some drives alive, and they did a good job of taking advantage of those opportunities.
After you held them to 10 in the first half, did they make any notable changes on the offensive side?
Not really. I think that a little bit more quarterback run stuff. I think that we tried to make a couple of adjustments, some of the ways that we were trying to stop the split zone, and as we adjusted, they adjusted, and as I said, I just thought they had a good game plan and executed it well, and we didn't play with the same kind of mentality defensively that we've been playing with. There just wasn't that same kind of physical nature, but again, you got to give Connecticut credit. They got us on our heels, and we never got settled in at all on defense.
Coach, after a 0-3 start, one win away from bowl eligibility, what's been the difference, obviously, besides this schedule?
Well, I think the big thing for us has just been the guys, we talked about it at that point of the season. We felt like we'd played some good football teams, and we hadn't played well. And I think we got a lot of confidence out of, when we went to Michigan and played up there, our guys played really tough. And I think we walked away from that game thinking, if we'll just keep improving and keep our head down, we might have a chance to have a good football team. And you got to give them credit. That's exactly what they've done. They kind of embraced the process of growing as a team and improving and getting better. I think that there's always, when you have a new coach and a first-year coach, there's always a level of buy-in that has to occur, and I think the guys have started to buy in more and more every week. And again, I think it's a big credit to them, just who they are and their character and what they're about, to just keep, go out every day and keep practicing. And we've had some leadership start to emerge, and really our defense has held us in a bunch of games this year as we had a chance to kind of grow up a little bit on offense. And so, that's why today I was a little bit surprised with our effort defensively, but again, you got to give our players credit. They've grinded through some crazy ball games. We found a way to win on the road a couple of different times when we probably didn't play our best. And I think we're just starting to grow up and hopefully starting to develop, kind of a mindset as a program.
You guys have some fun trick plays in the first half there?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we tried to kind of keep them off balance a little bit, the best that we could. And there were times that we had to call those things because the weather was such a factor. And so there were certain times when, if we had the wind, then we better, that was going to kind of entice us a little bit to do something maybe a little bit more. And the big thing for us today, though, was just our ability to run the ball. I think that was coming into the game. When you go and you play on the road, your run game most of the time determines whether or not you win. If you can run the ball, then you usually win. If you can't, then you usually don't. So, especially again when the conditions weren't ideal. The wind was blowing out there. And so, anyway, we were able to do that for the most part, and I think that's what gave us a chance to win the ball game.
Have you been saving that 51-yard run by Ben Hicks?
Yeah, I said earlier I probably got him out of negative rushing on the year, would be my guess. Good, it's a good run by him, and it was a big play, obviously, because at that point in the game it was pretty nip and tuck.
How important has it been to have these running backs healthy, and how has the running game improved?
Well, yeah, I think it definitely has. Having all three of the backs back allows us to keep them fresh. What I like about the guys is they're all different. There's, Kane's more of a downhill guy, and Xavier's more of kind of a combination of he and Braden West. Braden's a smaller, quicker guy, and so they all bring something different to the table. And when we have all three of them, then we can keep them fresh. And they all do things well separately. And I think we had both Cayman and X go over 100 yards today, and it was a big deal having them back healthy because they. I don't think we've had all three of them healthy until last week, really, and they're certainly making a difference in our run game.
You discussed how your team responded to the tough schedule at the beginning of the year, but are you surprised that you're sitting here talking about being a game away from bowl eligibility with 2 to play, considering the way the year started?
Not really. No, I mean, I think we felt like we had a chance to have a good football team if we just kept improving. We've had to, We've won some tough games where we had to get some things out. We lost one that we felt like we certainly should have won against Cincinnati, and I think that's the league is that way. I mean, it's a very competitive league that we're in. There's a lot of good football teams. You have to play well to have a chance to win. If you don't play well, then you're probably going to get beat. And so I think it was. Really important for us to come out here today and figure out a way to win the ball game. And it wasn't real pretty, but we were able to get it done. And now we get to go home, and we got a short week with Memphis coming up on a Friday night, and it's a big game for a number of reasons. And so we got to turn around and get ready for a team that's one of the top teams running the football in the country. And clearly, we had some issues stopping the run tonight, so we're going to have to get some things fixed.